It's a celebration of all things Irish. Pittsburgh's Irish Festival kicks off in just a matter of days. This as the Steel City is focused on the road to Ireland, with the Steelers set to play the Minnesota Vikings in the Emerald Isle on September 28th, a game you can only see here on WTAE Channel 4. And that is the focus of this week's edition of For the Record. I'm Michelle Wright. Let's kick off this episode by going to my sit-down interview with the head of Pittsburgh's Irish Festival and what to expect at this year's event. And we do want to thank Marin Petrone for joining us. You are the president and CEO of the Pittsburgh Irish Festival. How fun. You must love that.
I love it. I'm so happy to have the job that I have. It gives me joy every day.
So tell me what we can expect this year at the festival.
Well, so first I got to say it's September 5th, 6th, and 7th at the Kerry Blast Furnaces, which is a National Historic Landmark. And so everyone who's attending this year can find amazing music, dancing, delicious food, a marketplace to start early on your Christmas shopping, genealogy, kids activities, the list goes on and on. So there's really something for everyone this year.
And if you haven't been to the Kerry Blast Furnaces, it is a beautiful location. So what a fun place to have it.
Yeah, and we actually have mini tours available while you're there. So if you're interested in learning a little bit about the furnaces themselves, maybe it's your first time, you can take a tour right in the middle of the festival.
Fun. I would highly recommend that.
Yes.
All right, let's get back to the festival. Tell me why the Irish Festival is so important to Pittsburgh.
So I think for everyone, it's important to celebrate your culture and other cultures all the time. And I think now more than ever, we need to remember where we came from, what our roots are, and preserve and celebrate and promote those things. And so we are really excited to be part of this legacy. We're in our 35th year, our 34th festival is this year. We were founded in 1991 by Mara and Nan Krasinski, who wanted to make sure that their culture was celebrated beyond just St. Patrick's Day and really made it a year-round excitement for Ireland. And I think that we have a huge Irish population in Pittsburgh. We're the second largest claiming of ancestry in the county, besides German. Over 15% of people in Pittsburgh claim Irish ancestry. And the best part is that everybody's welcome to claim Irish ancestry around St. Patrick's Day and at the Irish Festival. So you don't have to be Irish to enjoy the music and the food and the fun.
What can we expect new this year at the festival?
Well, so I have to say, we're very excited about partnering with the Pittsburgh Steelers. So they're going to be coming on Saturday, September 6th. They're doing a big activation to kick off the excitement and the build up to the game they're playing in Dublin at the end of September.
And we're excited about that because we're airing the game so people can watch it right here on our channel.
Yeah, tune in. So they're going to be setting up a 40-yard dash and doing some giveaways with their specialty Ireland game logo. So there's going to be a lot of fun and excitement to expect from them at the festival itself, and then that'll just be the kickoff. So that's one of the big new things we're excited about this year. In addition to that, we're doing a huge feature on Celtic wellness. So there's this really phenomenal history amongst the Celts and the Druids related to Waida, which is their own form of yoga. There's Celtic meditation and ritual movement. We'll be featuring drum circles. So that's all going to be happening, and that's brand new. And we've never really dipped our toes into that area before. We think people are going to really love it. And then segue back to the Steelers, we are going to be offering for the first time a traditional Irish breakfast on Sunday, September 7th. And we're going to recommend that that's one of the ways that people celebrate the game, which is at 9:30 in the morning, is celebrate with a traditional Irish breakfast.
So you could have some recipes and suggestions, because I know I'm confused about how to tailgate at 9:30 in the morning. So you're going to have some ideas for us?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, we can talk at length about it too, but you know, there's a traditional red and white blood pudding, scrambled eggs, Irish sausage, fried tomatoes, and then of course an Irish coffee with an Irish whiskey or an Irish cream. And so that's a great way to tailgate if you're not used to, if you want a different kind of more traditional celebration.
I'm looking for ideas, so I'm going to be paying close attention to that.
Yeah, well, you can try a traditional breakfast at the festival. And there's a great store here in Pittsburgh, the Irish Design Center, that makes all of those items available that they import from Ireland. So you can actually buy Irish-made sausage and blood pudding and cook the authentic items for your Irish breakfast.
What's in blood pudding?
It is fried blood of the It's a little grosser than
I did not expect that. I thought you were going to say tomatoes or something.
Much more delicious than you think. So in Ireland, we didn't waste anything. right? So every bit of an animal and every bit of something we would use. And so that is, it sounds a lot worse than it is. It's incredibly delicious, and there are also other kinds of pudding and sausage included as well.
I learned something.
It's not for everybody. It's not for everybody, but it's good.
But it's authentic.
It's authentic, yes.
All right, that's what we're going for. So,
yeah,
okay.
and it's exactly what you would have. So if you're in Ireland for the game, you'll have a traditional Irish breakfast, I'm sure, while you're there.
Well, let's talk about that, because I know a lot of our viewers are going to travel to Ireland. Steelers travel so well, as we know. What can people expect once they get over there?
Well, so first of all, I recommend anybody going to add a couple days, if you can, on the front end or the back end of your trip, so that you get an opportunity to enjoy a little bit more of Ireland than just the football game that's going to be happening. So Ireland is famous for beautiful views. You know, it's an island, right? So there's shorelines people can enjoy, and I recommend venturing outside of Dublin a little bit. So in Dublin, you can see the Guinness Brewery, you can visit the Jameson Distillery, and of course, like, those are incredibly important. Dublin Irish Whiskey opens up their doors for people as well. There's the Bunratty Castle, where you can dine with the kings and enjoy some mead. But beyond that, I mean, Galway's beautiful. It's right on the water. There's the Cliffs of Moher. I mean, and every drive is beautiful. Little cottages. You might joke, this might be a joke, but there are beautiful landscapes with sheep and cows just roaming, and the fully thatched cottages that are all still there that I think people will really like the scenic route of. There's Trinity College. There's even some Steelers bars over there. So I think people can lean into this in a big way.
Are you going over there
Unfortunately,
for the game?
I have to work. I am very disappointed that I can't make it, but I'm lucky enough to get there frequently enough. But you better believe I'll be watching the game.
Well, we are excited.
Yeah.
And it's good timing for you, because I know you're getting a lot of extra attention because of that game. And that's got to feel good.
It feels great. And I think that the whole community, the whole Irish community of Pittsburgh, there's tons of Irish organizations in our area that are getting a lot of extra attention and excitement because of the Steelers. And so our hope is that while we're sending a lot of Pittsburghers and folks over to Ireland, we hope that this also shines a light on Pittsburgh, and people in Ireland want to come over and visit, and we want to provide them with a fun, authentic Pittsburgh experience, but also show them the ways that we're celebrating their culture.
And how do you get that word over there to Ireland?
Well, so we're advertising. I mean, so we've got a great partnership with Visit Pittsburgh. We've got a great partnership with a lot of the Irish media, and so we're going to be working with them. And fortunately, there's a lot of Irish festivals in the country that all do some promotions to folks in Ireland to come over and visit for our festivals. And the other thing we do is we hire a lot of musicians from Ireland to perform at our events. We bring in authors and speakers from Ireland. The Ireland Institute has a student exchange program. So there's a lot of connections between Pittsburgh and Ireland, and we're hoping to keep that going.
Good business all the way around for everybody then.
Yeah, for sure. And we're a nonprofit organization, so for us, any awareness, any celebration, any promotion of Irish culture is a win for us. And so that's our mission. We celebrate all year round doing education and outreach programs. So any attention on the culture is a real win for us, for sure.
And a reminder that Pittsburgh's Irish Festival is this Friday, Saturday, and Sunday at the Kerry Blast Furnaces in Rankin. There's more information about the festival and a link how you can get tickets right now at WTAE.com and the WTAE app. Just click the For the Record tab and find the article about this week's episode. And coming up next on For the Record.
It was a great experience. All the players who went loved it, had a great time, and so we're anxious to go back.
Steelers president Art Rooney II looks back at the team's last matchup in Ireland. This as the Black and Gold get ready to take on the Vikings in the Emerald Isle in just a matter of weeks. Welcome back to For the Record. We continue our look at the road to Ireland with a countdown to the Steelers taking on the Vikings in Ireland on September 28th. It's a game you'll only see here on WTAE Channel 4. With a look at how the team is getting ready for the big game, I want to turn to our Andrew Stockey and his sit-down interview with the Steelers president, Art Rooney II.
Art, I want to begin our discussion about this trip to Ireland with your family's roots. Can you kind of take us back where the Rooney family comes from in Ireland?
Sure. Well, on my father's side, on the Rooney side, they came from County Down, which is in Northern Ireland, and they came, back in the 1850s. They left, actually went to Wales first, then to Scotland before they got to Pittsburgh. Some of them were coal miners and came to Pittsburgh to work in the mills and just like all the Irish immigrants looking for work.
And let's fast forward now to the early mid-90s. Your father had this idea of playing a game in Ireland. Did it come from those roots in Ireland? Is that where it came from, or how did he come up with the concept?
Yeah, well, my parents actually started to visit Ireland back in the early 70s and basically went every year. And as you probably know, along the way, my dad and Tony O'Reilly started the Ireland Fund, which has grown into a great international charity that supports lots of great causes in Ireland and has helped support the peace process in Ireland. And so he and my mother just loved the place. My mother's family was still relatives there that she could visit. In fact, she got to visit her grandmother, met her one time.
Okay.
And she passed the next year. And but it was a long process of them just wanting to spend some time there, and so finally in the late 90s he convinced the commissioner to at least let us have a preseason game in Ireland.
How difficult was that? Because I think at the time, there were games in London, I think maybe Mexico. Ireland was not one of those countries I think was on their radar at the time.
I think that's fair to say, but obviously it was on my dad's radar. But I have to say it's interesting. I was just in Ireland a few weeks ago, and the sort of buzz around the game that's coming up here in September versus the buzz around the game back in the 90s, it's completely different. People in Ireland in the 90s had some vague awareness of American football, but now that they're excited and know what's coming, and so it's completely different than it was 20-some years ago.
Well, let's go back 28 years ago to that preseason game against the Chicago Bears. Kind of give me the sense of the atmosphere at that time. You kind of touched on the fact that this was something new for the folks, especially in that Dublin area, who were watching your practices and weren't quite sure what they were seeing.
Yeah, American football was definitely new to Ireland in the 90s, and we had good attendance for a preseason game, but just the overall buzz around the game was, they were paying much closer attention to hurling and Gaelic football and their sports.
Well, I'm sure it was a fun experience for the players who most of them had never been there, and the coaching staff as well.
It was a great experience. All the players who went loved it, had a great time, and so we're anxious to go back.
Still ahead.
A lot of fans are going, and the ticket demand is through the roof, and so it's going to be a fun time for the fans, I think.
More from Steelers president Art Rooney II, the prep for the big game in Ireland, and the question we had to ask, will there be a trophy for this big face-off? Welcome back to For the Record. I want to turn to more now from our Andrew Stocky's interview with Steelers president Art Rooney II, and more big questions about how the team is gearing up for this month's face-off with the Vikings in Ireland, as well as a look back at when the Steelers played a preseason game in Ireland back in 1997, and how the trophy that was presented after that game came to be.
Tell me, if you can, the story about the championship trophy they presented after this game, the Waterford Crystal.
Yeah, so my parents had the idea that, you know, if we're playing this game in Ireland, we ought to have a trophy. And so I'm not sure who kind of pursued having the actual Waterford trophy. Probably Tony O'Reilly had something to do with finding it. And so, you know, the McCaskey family, you know, the Bears owners agreed that, yeah, well, let's have a trophy for the winner of this game. And so my mother started talking how much she'd love to have this Waterford Crystal trophy, and that word got to Bill Cowher. And Bill said he had to put in a whole new game plan for a preseason game that he otherwise wouldn't have been pursuing. So the trophy is in our trophy case, and a cherished part of team history.
So they played to win that game.
They did. They played to win. That's for sure.
Well, let's look ahead now to this particular trip. In less than 2 months, you'll be in Dublin to take on the Minnesota Vikings. First of all, this is a different trip. I think the last time you went, you were there for the whole week. You're not going to have that kind of time this time around. So how does that change the whole dynamics of this game?
It'll be a little different for the players. They won't have as much time to enjoy the country. It's a regular season game, and so Coach will be treating it, like a normal road trip, I would say, with a little extra time in there. I think the team is planning to leave on Thursday, arriving in Dublin Friday morning, so we'll have 2 practices, Friday and Saturday, and a game on Sunday, and leave right after the game. So quick trip, which, unfortunate for the players, but a lot of fans are going, and the ticket demand is through the roof, and so it's going to be a fun time for the fans, I think.
And the stadium has changed. I mean, you're playing in Croke Park, but it's not the same Croke Park we saw 28 years ago. How has it changed since then?
Yeah, Croke Park has been expanded, improved, and I visited there a couple weeks ago, probably a month ago now, and it's a beautiful stadium, and play some big Irish sports there, and so holds around 80,000. So it'll be sold out, and I think there'll be a lot of terrible towels.
I think you also mentioned the fans there have a better understanding of American football. I mean, I remember 28 years ago, the touchdowns they were politely clapping for.
Yep.
The field goals they went crazy for.
That's
right.
That's
not going to be the case this time around.
I think that's right. No, the fans in Ireland are excited about the game, and everybody's talking about it over there. And everywhere I went, I was there for a couple weeks, and of course everybody asked me where they could get a ticket, and so it's I don't think I can go back very often because I can't come up with all these tickets people need.
What are your goals for this contest beyond the game itself and entertaining the people of Dublin? Are there other things you hope to accomplish that maybe in the future we'll have more games in Ireland?
Well, certainly would love to have more games in Ireland, more activities in Ireland. Really just build again the awareness of American football, and I think we've come a long way since 28 years ago, and so we just want to build on that and continue to have a fan base there that's following our game.
How proud are you with the connection to your homeland that Pittsburgh has made? It seems like Dublin and Pittsburgh are almost sister cities in all this.
Yeah, I mean, Dublin, like Pittsburgh, has had their ups and downs. The whole country's gone through ups and downs, and I think the country and the city of Dublin have changed dramatically, really, since the last time we played there. And so it's almost unrecognizable in terms of, international companies having their headquarters there, and so Dublin's really grown, and it's a fun place to visit.
Finally, does it surprise you that Steeler fans who like to travel anyway, so many are going to make this trip for this game?
Yeah, it's no surprise that there are a lot of fans wanting to go over, and apparently more planning to go than there are tickets for. So we'll see how that works. But it's an exciting time for our fans who are traveling over, as well as the Irish fans who are going to go to the game in their own country.
And even before the players get there, I understand there are going to be events during the course of the week to kind of get people even more fired up for the contest?
Right, yeah, we have some of our legends are going over early, Jerome Bettis, Ike Taylor, a few other guys are going early to kind of make some stops and draw some awareness for what's going on. So it'll be an exciting week.
Any trophies?
We're working on that. We're working on that. Not done yet. We have to get the commissioner to agree to a trophy for a regular season game, which is a little unusual, but we'll see what happens.
Oh, you are working on
Oh yeah. We would like to have a trophy. Yes.
Finally, is there anything else you want to share with our audience about this at least once in a lifetime experience for many of them to be able to go to another country that is so tied to Pittsburgh and be able to play this game?
Well, there's so many Irish descendants in Pittsburgh, whose families came from Ireland many years ago. So it's a meaningful game. I think even for people that aren't going, they're going to have fun watching the game in Dublin, even if they're only watching it on TV from America.
And when For the Record returns, more on how you can see that big game in Ireland and how we're getting you ready for the big moment. And don't forget, if you have a topic you'd like us to address, send us an email to news@wtae.com. You can also re-watch this episode or any episode with the Very Local app on your smartphone, tablet, or smart TV. We're back after this. Welcome back to For the Record. As we've been telling you throughout the half hour, WTAE Channel 4 is the only place to see the Steelers take on the Vikings in Ireland on September 28th. Kickoff is slated for 9:30 a.m., but we will have a full morning of programming for you leading up to the big game. And until then, Pittsburgh's Action News 4 is telling stories to help you along the road to Ireland. You can find those right now by going to WTAE.com or tapping open the WTAE app and clicking the Road to Ireland tab. That's all for this week's edition of For the Record. We'll see you next Sunday morning at 11 o'clock. Have a good week.